Hey guys, this is Dakota with Old Pecan Homestead. Just finished up a little bit of tractor work on this beautiful August evening. Please like and subscribe if you're not. Please like our videos, guys. We have some fairly loyal followers that are watching our videos, but they're not liking them. We're getting about 10 or 11 likes on our videos. If you don't like them, you don't have to like the video, but if you do like our video and our content, please go hit that like button. It really helps the algorithms. It helps boost our videos, our channel in the algorithms. Please do that. Let me talk briefly about what the goal is of our YouTube channel. Our goal is to not only be self-sufficient homestead, but also we want to move more into a farming role where we're actually producing a significant amount of farm to table food in our local community, and you guys are going to be a big part of that. Our subscribers are going to be a big part of that, guys. It is very costly to get into cattle, to raise pork and put it on the table, guys. It is not cheap, trust me. And I want to do my part in raising clean, healthy meat for my local community. So when you guys like and subscribe, eventually, we're only a couple hundred hours away from monetization, but eventually, you know, God willing, we have 40, 50,000 subscribers, 100,000, so on and so forth. That would be awesome, but God willing, we have enough that it can fund some of our farming operation. We have everything we need currently for homesteading as far as my income, which it could always change. But we want to move to the next level, and we want to be able to cost effectively bring food to the local community where people can afford it, guys. People are struggling. As you'll see in this video, I'm going to do a reaction to Richmond, north of Richmond, and he says $1 ain't what it used to be. And that is why I'm asking, please subscribe to our channel. But anyways, I want to get you turned around so you can see this peacefulness that raising livestock brings me. And to those with the climate change goals of taking the livestock away and feeding the population bugs, from my cold dead hands can you have my livestock? And that needs to be the answer from everyone. We need to get back to farm to table. That's how you can combat the global initiative to destroy livestock and meat production, is buy local. Because these big policies mostly affect the big producers. So start spreading the love and buy local, buy farm to table, find a farmer near you, get some beef, get some pork from him. Please start doing that. Produce, get it local if you can, please. I can't say that enough. That's how we combat these people. That is one of the biggest things you can do to combat the New World Order, so to speak. And we're going to talk about that in Richmond, north of Richmond. Let me get you turned around so you can see my animals. Guys, we've got chickens. We've got pasture pigs right there. We've got a beautiful little red bull calf, half Gelbvieh. Little black heifer. We've got 8 head of cattle total. Shayla's llama. Look at these goats just peacefully browsing and grazing my pasture. Look at these climate change machines. Look how they're just destroying the climate. Look at this grass, how they're just melting it with their methane. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my other phone and I'm going to play Richmond, north of Richmond on my Bluetooth speaker up here on the front of my tractor. And I'm going to pause this video. I may have Shayla insert some clips from some other creators to help you visualize some of the things I see in this song. And let me find it here. Alright guys, fixing to serenade the cattle and the goats. Now, I'm going to do something we don't normally do on this channel. I'm not saying I'm perfect and I don't have my own foul mouth from time to time. But I'm going to play this song, and he does cuss a few times in it. Now Shayla can censor that out of the video if she wants. I'm not going to hold it against her, but just so you know, he does cuss a couple of times in the song. Nothing heinous or derogatory towards anybody, just an expression of emotion. And I'll just leave it at that. And I'm gonna hit play on this, and I'm gonna pause it where I want to talk.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul.
Okay, so my first take is, he says he wishes he could wake up and it not be true, but it is. This is, I believe, true for so many people. The madness just never ceases to end, or surprise for that matter. We wake up every day and we cannot believe the next headline in the news. And recently, you can go over to Doug just did a really good video at Doug and Stacy Off Grid. They're bringing mask mandates back this fall. They're going to bring the pandemic back. They're going to resurrect it, and it's going to be a problem on our lives again. And Doug did a very good video. He said we need to say no. I've actually got not a meme, but I don't even know who posted it. I found it on Telegram, but it said we need to start buckling some of these Fortune 500 companies who want to mandate certain things in our lives. And one of my good friends said this is absolutely true, and what it might cause is some sort of financial collapse by saying no. Because if we say no and we buckle enough of these Fortune 500 companies and whatnot, it's not going to be pretty. But at some point, we've got to take our country back. And it doesn't have to be through an act of violence. It just has to be an act of protest. Look at what we did to Bud Light because of what they put on not mine, I never drink Bud Light, but what they put on that beer can. Look at what they did. $30 billion off their market cap, gone. We have power. We have the authority. We the people. All right, let me get back to the song.
These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, 'cause the rich men.
Okay, so who's the rich man north of Richmond? Obviously, he's talking about the politicians. And they think that they know what's best for you, and that you're just a dumb hick or whatever it might be, and that you don't know what's best for you or your family. And he also says they want to know what you think, and they want to know what you do. Anybody remember what happened after 9/11? How much of our liberties we lost after 9/11 with the Patriot Act? They want to know what you think, they want to know what you do. Also, anyone ever notice how sometimes when you're looking for comments or something on YouTube, and it doesn't really favor their point of view, how they're all of a sudden harder to find or completely removed instantly because it triggered an AI response to just delete your comment because it said something unfavorable to their agenda. They want to know what you think, they want to know what you do, and they know exactly what you think instantaneously. And this pains me. We have no freedom of speech on any platform. I mean, you have freedom of speech with your friend or your neighbor or your wife, but you don't have any freedom of speech at your place of work. You don't have any freedom of opinion. It's just, we're on communism's doorstep, and told you I was going to serenade these cows. She's coming up here to see. But anyways, and then he goes in to say the dollar ain't, and that goes back to what I said about raising livestock for the local community. Guys, people that have been doing this longer than me are struggling to reach the local community with their farm-to-table products because everything has gotten so expensive. People just cannot afford to go out and buy good quality food. We're feeding ourselves poison. We're feeding ourselves poison. And guys, I want to actually farm these cows. Please go like and subscribe. I want to raise pork and everything for the local community, and I want to do it at an affordable price so people can get good quality food. I don't want to gouge people. And you guys subscribe to my channel. My channel starts making me some money, and I'll do exactly that. So anyways, let's get back to this song. There's a lot to review in it, and I don't want this video going over 20 minutes.
I wish politicians look out for miners, and not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the whole beast milking welfare.
Okay guys, so when he says the bit, we've got miners. I wish politicians would look out for miners, not just miners on an island somewhere. Obviously a knock at Epstein, the Hollyweirds, and the politicians who frequented his islands. And he says, look out for miners. A lot of people are taking that as literal, like coal miners. Well guys, I kind of take it maybe a little different. He may mean coal miners, but guys, here's another spot where I'm going to have my wife insert some information.
In some states, the government is taking children away from their parents because they do not follow LGBTQ ideology. In Washington state, 2 months ago, Governor Jay Inslee signed a new law that says that minors seeking gender-affirming care will be protected from the intervention of estranged parents. This is at the same time when we have LGBTQ activists chanting in the streets, "We are coming for your children."
I think he's talking about literal minors. Our politicians are enabling the indoctrination of our youth and weaponizing the children against their parents' wishes in the public education system. And they are saying, our politicians are making legislation that says that a parent has no say-so if their adolescent child wants to transition from one gender to the next. Please like and subscribe once again. Let's see. This thing started back. Yep. Oh, let me rewind it.
Miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the whole beast milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. For people like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up.
All right, guys. Tell me you have not ever been at Walmart or the grocery store and you've got people filling shopping carts with Monster energy drinks, Puff Balls, Pop-Tarts, and none of it's nutritional, Kool-Aid, soda pop, and they're buying this on food stamps. It's meant to feed you. These are not foods. These are splurges at best. They're not sustenance. They are killing people. And it ought to not come out of my paycheck, and it ought to not come out of your paycheck. Tell me you do not know what this man's talking about. Here, about a year ago, I was unemployed, and we're Ubering to make ends meet, to make my payment on this tractor. We're Ubering. And I go into a quick store to get Shayla some coffee because guess what? We're driving around with our kids at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ubering. And I go into a gas station and somebody is in there trying to sell or trade their food stamps for cash. I'll buy you anything in this store and you just pay me half the value in cash, because she wanted drugs, guys. It's not just the obese, it's the drugs, all these people milking welfare. It makes me sick. And we do have people starving in the street. Fentanyl, our borders are wide open. Oh my gosh. I'm going to insert some clips of what the city streets look like. Just the other night, me and Shayla and the boys are on the way back from Missouri. She stops at a place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and this woman tries to open our car door.
Nowadays, I say, man, fentanyl got a hand in everything.
Hamza says he's a recovering fentanyl user.
So the first thing I do is I make them feel comfortable. I don't judge them. I let them know, man, I was right there too.
We met him at 12th and King, where public drug use surrounds this bus stop. The tragedy of the fentanyl crisis on full display.
But now everyone's making it okay because more and more people do it. There's kids, and they're getting younger and younger by the year. So now it's like, all right, if he's doing it right there in the open, I'll do it in the open. And then boom, boom, it's like a domino effect.
What you see on the streets of Seattle is backed up by the data. Seattle EMS crews responded to 680 opioid overdose calls between January and April just in the downtown core. Countywide, there were 2,600 overdose calls through March, outpacing 2022's record-setting year. And look at this, fentanyl deaths in King County spiked to 712 in 2022. But this year is already on pace to be even worse.
We're right near the border of Mexico, where they're making fentanyl and crystal meth, and that's what they love sending up here.
Lord, we got the folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of $5. All this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. For people like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up.
Because of the open border policy and the fentanyl and the drugs pouring in, nobody's helping these people. They're just aiding and abetting their addictions. They're paying them to do it. And it's just getting so much worse. Quality of life in this country is just downhill, and it's getting worse. And this song, I think about all these things when this song is playing. So let me get back to the song.
And it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world.
Living in the new world with an old soul. Guys, it's the New World Order. I remember hearing people talk about it when I was young. It's the New World Order. It's new. Guys, this is the New World Order. And they go by the name the World Economic Forum. If you do not know what politicians are a part of the World Economic Forum, you need to find out, because that is the New World Order. They're the climate change globalists, the race baiting group. They're the ones who fund the LGBTQ plus in the school system and push for all this legislation, aiding and abetting transgendering children. The World Economic Forum is the root of all this evil. I'm an old soul living in a new world. Are you? Or are you part of the new world? I believe if you're here watching this review, you're probably an old soul. Play the rest of the song here.
These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, because your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, cause the rich men, north of Richmond.
And I want to say something about taxes. I know the Turnpike Authority is something a little different than just taxes, but it's just one example. You imagine when you drive down a turnpike. I'm from Oklahoma. If you've ever driven down 412, you know what I'm talking about. There are bridges that will almost launch you off the road. And it cost me, I don't know, $10 just to drive to Tulsa and back where I live. I drive for work, I drive a semi-truck down that road. At least once a week, it seems like. They're making, for every semi, they're making $30-40 just to go one direction because they got so many axles on them. In Oklahoma, you didn't used to have to pay to park at a state park. Now you got to pay a $90 a year permit or buy a day access permit. Guys, it's not just your federal income tax. It's not just your state income tax. There's so many. It's death by 1,000 cuts. It's not just sales tax. And we've got schools putting in turf, baseball, and softball fields, football fields, instead of building new schools so that they can ask for bonds to build the new school the next year. Come on. Start figuring this out. Quit taxing us more and figure out how to get by with what you got. And we've got billions of dollars going to Ukraine of taxpayers' money. What could we do in this country for the poor people, for the people starving on the streets? What could we do in this country with that money? Let's finish the song.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Guys, that last bit right there for BS pay. To put this into perspective, I work in the scale business, calibration business. I make right now what was a very good wage for a very experienced technician when I got into the business the better part of a decade ago. I'm just now making what a very, very well paid person was 10 years ago. And I've had to demand so many raises to get to where I'm at. And if I don't put in overtime, my check is barely enough to get by. And it's taken me 10 years to get to where I'm at in a skilled trade. I feel for people who work a entry-level manual labor job, because I know they're not making what I'm making. I know they don't have the same truck company vehicle benefit that I have. And on the flip side of that is I know the financials of my company and what they charge customers now. When I got in the business, for example, it was normal to charge about $90 an hour for service. We are double that. We are charging double what they did when I got in the business to go service a customer scale. The truck fees are probably more than double. Mileage fees probably more than double when I got in the business. And I make about double what I made when I got in the business. But here's the deal. I've got 10 years of experience under my belt, and I'm making the same wage I did when I got in the business. Our money doesn't go. I make twice as much money as I made, and my money does not go any further than it used to. It goes less. My money doesn't even go as far as it used to. So with that this song is very, very, very emotional to me, and that's why it's got 38 million views right now on one channel. That's not including all the other channels that it's been posted through or his live events. All right, guys, I'm gonna play one more song real quick, and it's by Marine Rapper. This song is very emotional to me as well, because whenever I was buying this property we're sitting on right here, Shayla and the boys were essentially homeless. I felt like a complete failure, and the root of a lot of my problems were with the pandemic response. A, the greed of the banks, and B, my employer furloughed me during the pandemic for no reason. They furloughed me. They caused me to miss several paychecks, which it took me probably 12 to 18 weeks and somewhere in that time range to collect my unemployment that they said I would get in place of my paycheck for that week, with absolutely no reason to furlough me. So this song really resonated with me. I went through a lot of mental health issues during this time. It was a very dark time, and I'm very, very appreciative of the person who sold me this property. He worked through a lot of issues. It was probably 6-7 months it took me to close on this property. He stuck with me. He's a man of God. He's a man of his word, and I'll never be able to thank him enough for that. But I'm going to play this song for you. All right.
For Richmond, north of Richmond. This for the women who birth our daughters and sons and they nurse all of our family while we are traveling, trying to get paychecks and work hard. I don't know how much longer I can take this. Only looks like I got half of my paycheck. How can I explain this all to a baby? I know I'll read it, the statement you gave me. Near miss a lot, know you've been working daily around the clock. Gotta provide for the family you got, but you laid off, sincerely your boss, I'm sorry. Isn't that sounding outrageous? How about you go home and say that? Go to your daughter and tell her you broke, cause when your boss would give you some change, you would take it. I am not one to just take it. I am not one to be lazy. Earn what I get, I put days in. I am just one my payment. Lord, it's a damn shame.
All right, guys. I know this video is long. I hope you stuck through it with me, and get in the comments and tell me what this song means to you. I'd appreciate it. Like and subscribe.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the